Welcome to the Community Roundup, powered by Brad's Furniture and Appliances, the show where we learn more about the local nonprofits and sport clubs in the area that help make Fort St. John and area a great place to live. I'm Greg Armstrong with energeticcity.ca, and today we're talking to Jason Westgate from Taylor Speedway, who's also joined by Thunder. Jason, thanks for having me today.
Thanks for coming down.
Yeah, so let's start at the very top. What is the history of Taylor Speedway?
Oh, it's been here since the early 90s. Quite a few of the races down here, their fathers and grandfathers helped build the track in the early 90s, and there's a couple families that have 3 generations racing here.
Wow, 3 generations. That's crazy.
Yeah.
So what was this area like before it was built? Do you know that?
I don't know that. I'm going to assume it was a field of sorts.
Okay. And so, yeah, big field, and then somebody's like, you know what? We need some racing is kind of what you're saying.
Yeah.
So what was it like, again, you may not have been there in the beginning days, but you know what it was like in the beginning days at all?
Well, I think a lot of locals are driving to Dawson. Dawson had a speedway, and they're driving there, and then they decided they wanted their own track and started building this one. And I don't know, it probably took them 4 years or something to build it. And
wow.
Didn't happen overnight.
Yeah. Fair enough. A
lot of dirt to move. So
a lot of dirt to move. Yeah, it's a really awesome venue here. So Taylor Speedway, what kind of racing do you guys do?
We do stock car racing. So we got bombers, and basically a street car with a roll cage in it is the idea behind them. And then mini stocks, which the kids started as early as 14 with permission from the club. Mm-hmm. And then 16 and going on, they move up classes as they go. We got sports, IMCA modifieds seems to be a pretty popular one. Lots of horsepower and noise, and I seem to like them.
So what, as somebody who doesn't know a lot about racing, what would be like an IMC modified? Is that just like your car on the street that you just soup up a little bit?
No, the IMC modified is more of a tube chassis custom build, and they're open wheeled front end and special tires. And
okay,
there's real good rule book for them, so everything's basically built the same. So
awesome. So why should someone try your sport out? Why should somebody give it a shot?
The best sport ever.
Yeah. Fair enough.
Summertime stuff, it's fun.
Yep.
If you like dust, it's a good place to hang out. We don't have a whole lot of dust, but it can be dusty sometimes. Lots of dirt, some mud, and the weather makes it interesting some days.
Yeah. So you guys race when it, like, I know you have certain events which we'll get into throughout the summer. Even if it rains, are you guys racing? How does that work?
Typically we stop racing for the rain, and then we'll have to get, if it's a light shower, we can get the track back into condition and then go again. But there's a lot of traction out there when the track's wet, but if it gets too wet, it gets slimy and greasy, just like winter driving. So
yeah, fair enough. So yeah, really, we're hoping for really nice days this summer is what you're saying.
Yeah.
Awesome. Yeah.
Yeah.
So why, if people were hoping to get into racing, how would they go about doing that?
We got Facebook pages. You message Facebook page. Our rules are posted on Fort St. John Stock Car Club, Taylor Speedway. We got monthly club meetings. You can come to them and get some information, or get a hold of just about anyone at the track, and they'll help you out and get you going.
Awesome. So let's talk about some of the big events you guys have throughout the summer. Obviously, like I said, let's start from the beginning. When does the season start and when does it end usually?
May 23rd is our first race.
Oh, wow.
That's our Bomber Invitational. So we have every race weekend, every class has a race weekend where we do a little special thing for them, and the Bombers are first. We got Friday and Saturday night, start racing at 7:00. And yeah.
That's awesome. So what are the other big events you have throughout the summer?
We got the Hit to Pass in September.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah, that's usually good for a good show. Weather seems to be weather doesn't matter as long as the races start, we go with it. So last year got pretty wet and muddy. And
oh yeah.
The crowd stayed. Some of them left, but there's still probably 50% of the fans stayed through the torrential downpours. So
and would a Hit to Pass be different than a regular race?
Yeah, the Hit to Pass is a lot more contact and
oh, wow,
carnage and rollovers and fires, and it's kind of like Hollywood on a dirt track if you're looking for a whole lot of excitement. So
that's awesome. And so that's in September. What do you got in between there?
We got the CAPS IMCA Invitational August long weekend.
Okay.
And then last year we had a bunch of out-of-towners. We got guys from Edmonton or Red Deer, Alberta, Southern BC came up last year. So
Really? They're traveling all over the place.
yeah, looking forward to that. See if we grow that weekend at all and go from there. June 13th and 14th is the Doug Babcock Memorial.
Okay.
And Doug Babcock was one of the founding members of the track.
Okay.
So they've made a memorial race for him. And then July 11th and 12th is a mini stock invitational. So the little 4-cylinder cars, they put on a big show usually. So
So a lot of fun events throughout the entire summer.
yeah.
So you mentioned it earlier, but if people wanted to learn more about the events and about your organization, where do they go?
Fort St. John Stock Car Club is our one Facebook page, and then the Taylor Speedway has a separate Facebook page. So either one of them, you can go on there and message the club or the Speedway and get pointed in the right direction.
Awesome. And as people watching the video can see, we're joined by Thunder. Has this mascot been around for a long time, or is this a new addition to the track?
Last summer, I think, was the new addition. We got Thunder going, and seems to be a little bit of a fan favorite with the younger kids.
That's awesome.
See?
So what does Thunder do during the races? Are they like running up and down, or are they just talking to the kids? What did they do?
Dancing and high fives and handing out goodies.
That's awesome.
Yeah, you never know what you're going to get from Thunder.
Thunder, ready to go, eh? That's really cool.
We're trying to get her to do karaoke.
A little stage shy, eh? We'll get there. Oh yeah, fair enough. We'll get there. But no, that's really cool. So yeah, any last minute thing you want to say about the Taylor Speedway? Feel free.
No, I think that's got her basically covered.
Yeah, so big thing, lots of events all summer long. To find out more information, make sure you go to the Taylor Speedway Facebook page. And yeah, if again, one last thing. So obviously this is a big organization, needs a lot of people to get this up and running. If people want to volunteer or help you guys out, how would they do that?
Stay in contact with our Facebook page. We post work bees and stuff on there.
Okay.
So we got work bees. You come down to the track, give a little bit of help, and come down for half hour or 4 hours or whatever fits your schedule. Any time spent is less time everyone else has to spend. So
That's great to hear.
yeah.
Jason, Thunder, thank you so much for joining me today. So yeah, that was the Community Roundup powered by Brad's Furniture and Appliances. My name is Greg from AngelicsCity.ca, and we'll see you next time.